My brothers and sisters, welcome to episode number 67 in the book of Genesis. We're in chapter 11 today. We're going to do the 10 generations of the family records of Noah all the way down to Abraham. So we're going to go from Noah's children, Seth, all the way down to Abraham. He's not called Abraham yet, he's Abram. And he's going to introduce a pain point, which is Abraham means exalted father. Abram means exalted father. And of interest, he doesn't have any children. So that's the first pain point. So some of us are going to be his genetic children, and others of us, everybody, is going to be his spiritual children. So all people who believe, that have the faith, have true faith in the true God, one true God, are Abraham's children. So listen in here. We're going to go from Shem, who's Noah's son, all the way down to Abraham. Here we go. Chapter 11, verse 10. These are the generations of Shem. When Shem was 100 years old, he fathered Arpachshad 2 years after the flood. And Shem lived after he fathered Arpachshad 500 years and had other sons and daughters. When Arpachshad lived 35 years, he fathered Shelah. And Arpachshad lived after he fathered Shelah 403 years and had other sons and daughters. When Shelah lived 30 years, he fathered Eber. That's the name that the Hebrews come from. Hebrews. And Shelah lived after he fathered Eber 403 years and had other sons and daughters. When Eber lived 34 years, he fathered Peleg. And Eber lived after he fathered Peleg 430 years and had other sons and daughters. When Peleg had lived 30 years, he fathered Reu. And Peleg lived after he fathered Reu 209 years and had other sons and daughters. When Reu lived 32 years, he fathered Shereg. And Reu lived after he fathered Shereg 207 years and had other sons and daughters. When Shereg had lived 30 years, he fathered Nahor. And Shereg lived after he fathered Nahor 200 years and had other sons and daughters. When Nahor had lived 29 years, he fathered Terah. Important, that's the father of Abraham. And Nahor lived after he fathered Terah 119 years and had other sons and daughters. When Terah had lived 70 years, he fathered, wait for it, Abraham, Nahor, and Haran. So Terah is the father of Abraham. Important. Verse 27. Now these are the generations of Terah. Now Terah fathered Abraham, Nahor, and Haran, and Haran fathered Lot. He's going to come into our story here in a couple of chapters. Haran died in the presence of his father Terah in the land of his kindred in Ur of the Chaldeans. And Abraham and Nahor took wives. The name of Abraham's wife was Sarai, and the name, not Sarah yet, and the name of Nahor's wife Milcah, and the daughter of Haran, the father of Milcah and Isaac. Now Sarai was barren, she had no child. Terah took Abraham his son, and Lot the son of Haran his grandson, and Sarah his daughter-in-law, his son Abram's wife, and they went forth together from Ur of the Chaldeans to go into the land of Canaan. But when they came to Haran, they settled there. The days of Terah were 205 years, and Terah died in Haran. All right, a couple things. So these are the chosen people. These are the ones through whom redemption will come, some physically, but everybody spiritually. And good lessons are going to come out of these people. We're going to develop faith, which is the thing that pleases God. Just of note, Eber, E-B-E-R, is the father of the Hebrews. The Hebrews are named after this guy, Eber. And we're going to take 15 chapters or so to flesh out what we have here in just one half of a chapter. This tees up the physical, patriarchal, and matriarchal history of Israel. So Terah is the father of Abraham. He leaves this area up in Mesopotamia and leaves with, he has a brother, Haran. Haran fathers Lot. So that means Lot is going to be the nephew of Abraham, and he's going to play into the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. Abraham's wife is Sarai. She has no child. Sarai was barren. That's a big thing to note. So we have this talk of promise and heirs, as many as the stars of the sky. We haven't got there quite yet, but it comes through a barren family. You note that the length of time that people are living is less. The Lord said back in chapter 6 that my spirit shall not abide in man forever, for his flesh, his days shall be 120 years. So we see mankind moving closer and closer to that. We see the spiritual salvation roots of all mankind. So like it or not, we are all Israel to a certain extent. These are your people. The people we're talking about now are your people. So Eve is your people. Noah is your people. Shem, Ham, or Japheth is your people. And mightn't you want to know what they were like and what happened to them and what they were known for and what problem they faced, what pain points they had, and what challenges they overcame. So your genetic tribe may come through Ham or Japheth, but your spiritual tribe for sure comes through Seth if you're a believer. So it comes through Seth, and 10 generations later through Abraham and Sarah. So this is God's story of redemption and restoration and good purposes. It's the redemption of his people, redemption of the world, redemption of the fallen people. And in Galatians 3, it says, "Know then that it is those of faith who are sons of Abraham." So we're talking today about who is a son of Abraham. Well, if you believe in God, the one true God, the wrong God doesn't count. But if you believe in the one true God, Abraham is a father to you. If you have faith in that one true God, then Abraham is your spiritual father. He may not be your genetic father, even though we find out a lot about those people here today. So here's the pain point, is Abraham means exalted father, or the father who is exalted. And here's a guy who doesn't have any children. And he's going to become, by chapter 17, the father of many nations, so much so that God is going to change his name from Abram to Abraham, which means father of many nations. So ironically, this guy who doesn't have any children is going to be a genetic father to a myriad of people, and he's going to be a spiritual father to everybody. So we see this first pain point, which is our exalted father doesn't have any children. Stick with me, listen in, come back tomorrow. We'll hear more about Abraham. Thanks for listening.